Hi everyone, so one of my favourite things to do is use these basically glitter bow type materials. So this one is called a sparkle mesh. These shiny metallic ones are the faux canvas soft sort of leatherette type materials, and like I said, and you can get just the standard leatherettes as well, as long as they're the really soft thinner versions, okay, that you can literally roll and pinch, etc. The ones that are best for pinching are best for doing this. Basically, you can essentially use them as ribbon. So like I said, this is a glitter mesh versions. How cute and sparkly are those? I've done, and that's a basically 1 inch, 1.5 inch ribbon version, but like I said, in the faux leather. This is a mini sparkly 1 inch version with a little heart charm. This is a mixed one, so I've done soft purple leatherette, and there's actually the blue, pale blue ribbon. Like I said, that's in 2 inch ribbon. And then I've got these soft shimmery pink ones in 1.5 inch. And like I said, how pretty are those? And like I said, the only thing I will say is extra things that you need for this method is, I used to make jewellery. In fact, I have this whole bag. I need to reorganise this because the dangly charms are getting quite popular, and I've got tons of those in there, so I'm going to reorganise all of those and get those sorted. So I have these needle nose pliers that I use for adding my jump loops and things like that I used to, and these are great for pulling your needle through the tougher material if it gets stuck. You do need a stronger than average needle, so like I said, you need an upholstery needle, a darning needle, or a crew needle that's about 7 centimeters long, like I said, because otherwise standard needles, your basic ones, in comparison to the ones that I use, they will literally snap in half if you attempt this. So like I said, always use those longer, stronger ones. Like I said, you can pick them up at Hobbycraft, you can pick them up Hobby Lobby, all of those kind of places. Anywhere that does crafting online, you'll be able to pick one up. I'm also using this erasable marker pen that I picked up from Caraway Cottage, and originally these had drawn lines. I'll show you the one I did not long ago. So at the moment, this one, it's got a tiny edge of purple, which this one had yesterday, but it eventually sort of fades. If you're not sure you're going to trust it, do a dot in your corner like here, and then check it the next day. If it's completely gone, you're fine to use it on that fabric. If it's still showing, it's not one that I would recommend, and you could probably do it in pencil or find something else similar that has the same effect. But like I said, I love this because like I said, it literally vanishes after a certain amount of time. It's already starting to fade even more on this mini one that I only did about 5 minutes ago. So like I said, these are great, and like I said, in the UK you can pick these up for Caraway Cottage, and there's a few other places, so I'll list them in my description below. And like I said, this method works on any of these kind of ones that you want to do. So if you wanted to do the pinch bows, some other styles that I've done, like I said, all you do is basically measure the size that you want. So I've got these 2 strips that I've made in 1 inches, and I'm also going to make a 1.5 inch version of this to match, because I'm going to do 2 for my older nieces who are 5, and 1 smaller one for my younger niece who's 3. So I'm going to do the 1 inch size for Evie, who's youngest, and for the twins Lizzie and Ella I'm going to do the 1.5. So in order to do this, what you do is you take material and I'm just going to do it top. That's a 1.5 inch mark, and that one because we want 2 pieces. Please excuse my neighbours, a few of them are home. And like I said, try and keep your line as straight as possible, because if you're prone to like drifting off, this is not ideal, but if you're good at keeping things fairly even and straight, then this will be fine for you. So go straight down. And I do have a habit of going all the way to the edge of the sheet, because like I said, if I need to, I do the smaller bows like that mini tucks with the end pieces, and again got the other 1.5 inch mark there. Straight down your sheet. All the way with your pen that will eventually fade, your air marker. Just move this out of the way. And then, like I said, I use these, not my normal rubber scissors, as you can see. These are my blue handled basic ones. Cut straight down over the purple, and I sort of feed it into the scissors instead of chopping to keep it as straight as possible as well. Which helps. And repeat. I also have to get my big crafting glasses out sometimes when I'm doing this in the evening. Make sure I stay centred. There we go. So like I said, there are my 1.5 inch strips for the big one, and here are some shorter 1 inch versions. Okay, just move those out of the way. And that's how easy it is. So what I like to do with these ones is to make a chair bow. What we do is we cross these over like so, and I am just going to get a couple of clips. 1, 2. And you can turn them over, and I like it so that my loops are the same size as the square. So the square is 1 inch, so we want to make our loops 1 inch in height as well. So fold them over, make sure that's 1 inch. And the same, it's a little bit higher, so we'll just adjust that. 1 inch. Just check that side, also 1 inch. Okay, and then you can re-clip these. And the other thing to check is if you fold in half like this, if you've done it right on your loops, your ears will be the same height and your tails will be the same. Okay, if you want the slightly longer loops, so like I said, this is a more squared one, this is a longer one. So like I said, if you want these short ones where you can do your tails and your ears the same size, you do 1 inch. If you ever want to do longer ones, add ½ inch. So if you wanted slightly longer ones, you'd do 1.5 inches instead of 1 inch. If you've got like your 1.5, instead of doing 1.5, you'd do 2, and so on. So like I said, same as the square size, longer, ½ inch longer. Okay, and obviously the tails are a little bit long, but obviously it's so we can cut them down. And what we do, so we want 4 stitches in this, and we start from the corner, and we want to be making sure we're capturing all of those layers right on the point. So in through that corner, in through that point, like so. 1, 2, and do that a little bit wider. 3, and your 4th one, you want to be coming up through that corner this side, so you're back through that triangle there. So in, 1, out, and you've got 1, 2 on the back. most of your other sizes you can do 3 or 6 stitches to get you 3 instead. Okay, and then you can pull up like so. You get your 2 creases like this, wrap round, make sure your ears are still even. Like so. Once you're happy, you can stitch off as you normally would, like so, and cut that off. Take your clips out, and then like I said, you can leave your tails long and curve them. You could put spikes in, you can make them shorter so they're the same length as your ears. You can basically play around and do whatever style you want. I'm going to do the curves, and I'm going to do slightly longer because Evie likes ones that sort of flow down the side of a ponytail. And I have cut, did have it, a little piece of the matching fabric, and this is roughly, let me just check, yeah, this is about 1 centimetre wide. Okay, and I have also got a bubble here to attach it to. So I'm going to put a touch of glue here. There we go. Use the excess to hold that against the back of the bow, and then we want to wrap around our centre. Just going to cut that down a little because we don't want to see that in our I don't want that visible around our bow. And then cut that extra off. And add a touch of glue. And there you go. That is a mini chair bow made out of faux leather canvases, etc. And you would do exactly the same method with the 1.5, 1.5 inch cross. Do your ears to the length and height you prefer. Check that they're even by folding them in half and making sure that they're all lined up. There you go. Like I said, you can do longer tails. Like I said, I personally prefer mine. I think I did mine at 9.5. So let me just do it. Show you. So I'm going to do mine at 9.5. And again, I use these little extra bits in different projects later. I don't waste anything, even though it looks like it in my videos sometimes. So put them to one side for later. Just going to even that up slightly. That is better. So, like I said, we shall cross these so that they've got the nice square. Clip those for just a second. So like I said, you've got that square there. There we go, 1.5. That side's 1.5. And same this side. long. There we go. That's still a little bit long, so shorten that. That's better. Move your clips so they're in front, across there. Fold it in half. Make sure everything's balanced. There we go. I'm just going to cut that down so that the tails start the same length. That's better. And then, like I said, you sew. Just going to re-tie my thread off. And like I said, if you wanted to use ribbon the other side, you'd just use the matching ribbon, so you just use 1.5 inch ribbon on the other side. But I haven't got any immediate blue near me, otherwise I'd do the blue ribbon. So from above as before, right, so it's through that corner on both sides. Don't be afraid to use your desk if you need to. And like so, we're going to do 6 on 1.5. As you see, it's a little bit tougher in the bigger sizes. You do need a little bit more force. This is where the pliers come in handy. There we go. And your last one up through the back of that triangle. Up through the point of this one. This side, through there. There we go. So on this one, 1, 2, 3. In, 1, 2, out, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then cinch to get your 3 creases, wrap around your middle, there we go, and stitch off however you like. So you can add these to clips as well. So if you wanted to, you can wrap these onto clips. And again, we're going to use a centimetre of the matching material for our, and as you saw there, I didn't do that very straight, so let's make that a little bit more even. Try and do a little bit more in a line than I just did. Take clips off. Add a touch of glue from our glue gun on the back of our clip. Fix that to the back there, like so. We want a touch of glue on our middle. Open up that clip. Like that. The neighbour's dog's now barking. There we go. And wrap round nice and tight. Go around twice if you want, once if you like, depending on what you personally prefer. I'm going to do once. Also helps, the more even you manage to cut your centre, the more times it's easier to wrap. There we go. So there's that one. And like I said, you can leave the tails straight, you can cut them at your more traditional chair angle rather than the curved like I like to do. Like I said, you can do your spikes, so you just fold them and do your spike instead, whatever personal preference you want. You could even do 2-inch, you could do 2.5, you could do 3. Like I said, as long as it is the super soft thin material, and like I said, you're not averse to, like I said, using your desk to sort of force a needle through a little bit more than you normally would, and like I said, you're using a stronger than average needle. Like I said, do not try this if you've only got cotton thread and standard needles. Like I said, you want darning, crew or upholstery needles, and you want extra strength. You want either extra strength Goodband polyester thread, upholstery thread, or pearl thread, a good strength polyester base thread that you can do this with. Like really use some force on it and it's not going to snap like standard cotton will, like I said, because it will not work on these materials, full stop. Okay, so like I said, but you can have fun. Like I said, you can mix them up. You can do two-tone in these, so you could have blue and purple. Like I said, this would look really pretty, those colours together. Like I said, you can mix it with ribbon. You can play around and do whatever you want, but like I said, always remember, you're not limited to the materials that you can use in these kind of things. Play around, have some fun, and learn how to do things to your own sort of styles. So thank you for watching. If you need any help, more help or advice on any of the styles, the links to the Facebook group and page are in the description below, along with all the measurements for the different sizes. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye!